Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode. I'm so excited of Story Time with Miss B. Today, we are going to read what some might consider a children's classic. And I bet you've seen this story in your classroom. Guess what it's called? The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. Illustrated by Ruth E. Harper and Nancy M. Leake. Wow, The Kissing Hand. I wonder what that's about. Why don't we get right to it and find out? Chester the raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. I don't want to go to school, he told his mother. I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay at home with you? Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do, she told him gently, even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books, and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. I wonder what the secret is. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. A secret? What kind of a secret? A very old secret, said Mrs. Raccoon. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the Kissing Hand. The Kissing Hand? Asked Chester. What's that? Let's find out. I'll show you. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand up his arm and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now, she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty warm thoughts. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now, do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry. When you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. Give me your hand, he told her. What's Chester going to do? Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. Now you have a kissing hand too, he told her, and with a gentle goodbye and a "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across the tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. "Chester loves you," it sang. "Chester loves you." I love you. The end. Wasn't that a good story? Chester was so scared at first, he didn't want to leave his mom, but sometimes we have to experience things even when we're a little scared. That takes courage. And Chester had enough courage because he gave his mom a kissing hand. So while he was away from her, she was able to feel the warmth of his love from when he kissed her in the middle of her palm. Mwah! Maybe you can try that with your parents. And so when they have a rough day at work, they can remember that you gave them a kissing hand and they could, wouldn't that be nice? Okay, that was a good story, and that's all we have time for today. Remember, if you want to get this book, you can find it at the library. Or if you want your own copy, you can go to a bookstore like Barnes & Noble, which happens to be Ms. B's personal favorite. And you might be able to find it there. They might be able to order it for your mom or dad. So, The Kissing Hand. Very nice story. You learned about love and how to make it through challenging situations like leaving your mom or dad if you go away to camp, or if you go over to a friend's house and you're not sure how to react. You can always think about your mom or dad. Oh, Mommy loves you. Right? Isn't that cool? All right, take care, and until the next time, keep reading, keep laughing, keep smiling, and keep on learning. Yes. See you next time.